Half a day from the beautiful island of Guam. This is Mark V. Guam, and today we're going to do a short tutorial on how to make a coconut leaf star. Today we're going to be using two different color leaves, a lighter color leaf and a green leaf, just to make the tutorial a little easier to follow. So for this, you're going to need 2 coconut palms, and because we're mixing, I'm going to use a lighter color, which is a little bit yellow, and a darker color. Now notice that these two are different in width, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the rib part, which is this part here. Open this up real quick. I'm going to remove the rib from both of these, but for this one I'm going to thin this one out so that it's almost the same width as this leaf. So basically usually I'll just eyeball this, but just for this tutorial I'm just going to set this green leaf on top and just push my fingernail into here, and that's where I want to strip the leaf. So basically I'm going to strip it to make it thinner, and then I'm just going to run my thumb up and down, and then that way they're just about the same width now. And we do the same for the green leaf. So if you do have a knife, you can place the knife. This is a C, it's a traditional weaving tool. Real quick, the tip is pointed but not too sharp. It's kind of dull, rounded. The bottom is flat and sharpened just enough to cut leaves. Won't cut paper or your skin. So if you do have a knife, you can place the knife into the bottom of the rib, between the rib and the leaf, and it doesn't have to come out all the way to the other side, and then just run the blade up and down. If you're not comfortable with that, you can just use your thumb and then just separate the leaves from the rib. Again, you don't need any special tools, just a pair of scissors and your hands. Well, these are specialized tools. Everybody's got a pair. Okay, after you separated the ribs and thinned it if you needed to, your leaves, just line up the bottom half, all 4, or both, sorry, and this end, which is the thinner end, or the tip, line it up so these 2 are almost about the same width apart. So this and this should be about the same. So I'm just gonna eyeball this. About right there, looks good. And then cut that off. Then crease the bottom right here. Sorry, did you see that? I cut off the end. So now we have 4 strips. So these are our 4 strips that we're gonna use. For the green leaf, you notice that there's a shiny side and there's a dull side. I think it's harder to see. So what we're gonna do is, for the dull side, we're gonna flip it and bend it so that the shiny side is facing out. Excuse me. And then for the yellow leaf, again, there's a shiny side and there's a flat side. So we wanna make sure that the shiny side is facing out as well. Okay, so to start, it won't matter which leaf you're holding in your hand. Just pick up a leaf. You have a total of 4. I'm gonna mix it, so I'm gonna go green, yellow, green, and then yellow. And so for the first one, we're gonna hold one of the leaves in your left hand. This is maybe about 4 or 5 inches. And then we're gonna place the yellow leaf right over it so that it's folding. It's going right over it, just like that. And then we take another leaf and we go around this one. Same thing, it's going around, just like that. And then for the 4th leaf, I'm gonna push on this, create a little opening here, And then one of the strips is going to go over this leaf and through this opening that we made. And then again on the back side, it's going to go over this leaf in through that opening we made. And then we're going to pull everything together. So all we're going to do is we're just going to make this tight. So what I'm doing is I'm holding it at the bottom here in my palm, and then just pushing and pulling, just like that, with my thumbs, like that. Just make it tight. If you're more comfortable, you can just lay it down and just do this. And then we want this box to be nice and tight, so there's no gap in that middle. So if you see a gap to start, then you just, all you need to do is just make the gap. Just make it tight, just like that. Okay. So now we're going to start locking all these pieces together. And basically there's just going to be one movement that we're going to use to lock this. So the movement's just going to be, you can start here, 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 or here. You're still going to end up in the same spot. So I'm going to start from the top. So we're just going to take one of the leaves from the pear, fold it down. The one from this side, this is my right side. I'm going to fold it over. This is from the bottom. I'm going to fold it up. I'm only taking one of the leaves, and this one from the left. And what I'm going to do is it's going to go over this one here, and it's going to go underneath that first one. This is the first one that we wove down. We fold it over, so it's just going to go underneath. Now notice, if this is too tight and you can't seem to fish this end through, just push this leaf back. Create a loop. Create an opening for yourself. And then just put this leaf underneath and pull that down. And now this is all locked together. This is the way it should look, just like that. Okay, so now we're going to create all the points. So the movement we do on this side will be done exactly the same on the other side. Now I'm not going to use front or back because they're both exactly the same. So for this, we're going to start here on the right. This is my right side. So this leaf is this leaf right here. All we're going to do is we're going to create a triangle right here. So I'm going to fold it up. So this part of the leaf lines up with this part of the leaf right here. And all you do is you just roll it around through the back, just like that. And then you fold it forward, just like that. And then we take this end and we just fish it right underneath here. This is where the leaf came out of. And we just right through here and pull it down, and that's our first triangle right there. And then we do the same 4 times. We're gonna do this 4 times on this side. So for this leaf, we're gonna skip this leaf. We're gonna go to the next one. So I'm gonna turn it counterclockwise. I'm gonna skip this leaf here, and we're gonna go to this yellow leaf right here. Do the same. So we do this 4 times. So I'm gonna do this a little slower just so you can see it a little better. So I'm gonna fold it up, go around the back. I'm gonna fold it forward. And then the tip, I'm gonna fish it right underneath here, just like this. Just like that. For this last one, this leaf is here. Sometimes it'll confuse people because it's there. Just fold it down so you can see this leaf underneath. And we do the exact same thing. So these will have our 4 points on this side. And so basically, all we're gonna do is we're gonna flip it over, and we're gonna do the same thing on this side. So these are the 4 leaves that we need to weave, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And so we do the exact same thing. We're gonna fold it up, go around the back, fold it forward. It's gonna go right underneath here, and pull. Now, if this movement is a little harder to do where you're just kind of rolling it, you can go ahead and just crease all the pieces. So you can line it up right here, crease it so it stays in place, crease the next one, just like that. Like we're folding like origami where you're creating creases, crease it there. And then that way it doesn't unravel. Let me show you this. Let me do this one real quick here. So see how this piece is flat? See how rounded this one is? It's a little, visually it looks better than, I mean, I like it myself to have it more rounded than flat. But if you want to, you can make this flat. I just like the way this looks, that it's rounded. And so to keep it round, we don't create any creases. We just basically roll the leaf around. I'm just rolling it around, not pressing on it at all. And then that way, you crease up rounder. This is see how flat this is compared to this one. But if you want to do it that way, that's perfectly fine. I don't think there's any wrong way to do this. So we're gonna do that 4 times on this side. So you should have a total of 8 points for this star. So I can do this correctly. So those are all the points. Just like that. For this one, I'm gonna do a flat fold on this side, just for the demonstration. So for the flat fold, see how these leaves here are shorter than the leaves on the other side? Now, if you do come up short, and I believe you will come up short because of the way we fold it, I'll do another tutorial on that to show you the difference, to make this so they're even. So for here, this is short. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a flat fold on this side. So I'm gonna take one leaf, I'm just gonna fold up and then down and into the leaf right here. So I hope you can see that. I'm just folding it over. It's coming toward, or it's going in and over itself, just like that. We're gonna weave it right underneath. And we're gonna fold this and make this triangle. See how this is a triangle, triangle? So we do that 4 times on this side. And just pull and create a triangle. Do this one. Fish that. Trying to do this in front of the camera. I'm gonna do this last one. Now, this last one, because this leaf is here, you might have some trouble getting the leaf in. Basically, just pull this leaf out like this to create some of that space in there, so you can get this leaf in it. Rather than trying to fight it, just back this leaf out. And then tighten this one. This one is already through, so all you have to do is pull it. And then that's gonna be that shape in the middle, the square. So that'll make it lay flat on a table if you had it on a table. So if you have this leaf where you're creating the turns or the little points on the top, it won't sit flat on the table. Well, you could probably balance it, but you know what I mean? So creating that flat portion will make the star sit flat on the table. So to create this turn, we go opposite of what we did on the other side. So we're gonna go underneath itself this way. Just like that. So it's going this way. The other one was over. We're going underneath, just turning it. Now we're not gonna crank down on this, we're just gonna pull slightly to create this turn. And we do that 4 times on this side. Do that 4 times. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna back this out real quick, and just so, because I know I've done it too, where you have to just keep rewinding the video, rewinding the video to see the movement. So for the movement, it's basically you're gonna just turn the leaf and make it go underneath itself. So it's gonna go underneath right here, just like that. And then it should come out the bottom. And then I'm gonna turn this clockwise and do the next leaf over. It's gonna go right underneath, right there. Pull. Same for this one. Turn it clockwise. And same for this one. See that movement? It's just a turn. We're just turning it so it goes underneath itself. Pull right up through here. And then that's the shape. So all these excess pieces that we have here, just take your pair of scissors. Now they don't have to be sharp scissors. You could use, I mean, any pair of scissors will work. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. Oops, try not to catch. Try not to do this, where you're trying to cut that off and then you end up cutting off the point. So make sure that your scissor is just cutting just the excess piece. And there's your coconut leaf star. So this is the flat side. These both sides. These two have. This one has both points on the back and the front, top and bottom. Thanks for watching.